I want to do a reading on Abraham Burkle Fossey. Um, he's in Africa, and I did a video on him probably like a year ago. Um, the energy that I'm picking up on him psychically, um, I'm gonna pick up the current energy, okay? Because the energy I picked up on him was the best energy, okay? What I first picked up on him is so interesting that he's a nice looking African man, okay? Um, they have tried to kill him a couple of times, okay? Um, and he had a speech, and it was the most profound speech that I've ever seen, okay? The reason why I say it's the most profound speech that I've ever seen is because he is trying to unite Africa, right? But he's a nice looking black man, okay? Nice looking African, but he's not a straight man, okay? He's he's gay, okay? But he is a married man, okay? First thing I was picking up from him was he wasn't a straight man, okay? He's a gay man. We see this a lot of times where, but does that matter that he's gay? Okay. So what I see for him now, they tried to kill him a couple times, okay? People in his people that were in his camp or associated with him, because they see him in high honor, okay? He came from poverty. Abraham Brocco Fossey. I hope I'm saying his name right. He's African. Okay. So they see him in high honor in Africa. Okay. Because he does want change and poverty. The card is poverty here. He came from poverty. Okay. He doesn't want to go back to poverty. Okay. He doesn't want to go back to poverty. Okay. This is a child that has grown up in poverty. Okay. Grew up not having nothing. Okay. Went to school, educated himself. Okay. But poverty is a mindset. Okay. And he knows that he won't be able to change the mindset of some. Okay. Because when you have a poverty mindset, okay, you can't change a poverty mindset. And he doesn't want to go back to poverty. Okay. So he's going to fight. Okay. And he's looked at in Africa in high honor. Okay. Abraham Brocco Fossey. Okay. He's seen in high honor. Okay. Um, what else do we need to know about him? He's very interesting. He's not a straight man. He's very nice looking. The first thing I got was he wasn't straight. He was a gay man. Okay. Um, what else do we need to know about him? First of all, he don't want to go back to poverty. Okay. Um, what else? I don't think he will live long, but I think his legacy will live long. Um, toil and labor. Okay, what's crossing the toil and labor for Abraham Brocco Fossey? What's crossing the toil and labor? The thoughts. So he's seen in high honor in Africa, okay? People respect him, and then some people don't want him alive, okay? He was born in poverty. He's trying to change the mindsets of the African people. Um, but they have to see themselves in poverty to understand poverty. Not just understand poverty, but to get themselves out of poverty, because poverty is a mindset. Okay. And he understands this. Okay. But he understands that he won't be able to help everybody. Okay. Now, in the poverty card, there is rats in this poverty card. So there's people around him that report to somebody else. The rats, okay? Rats. See the rats? Okay. So there's people around him he can't really trust. There's one Pacific rat here. And he's not looking back to his past. He's looking to his future. He never wants to be in poverty again. So he has somebody around him that is a rat. Okay, that's reporting to somebody else. Now this tool and labor card is very interesting because I never would thought that I would get tool and labor out for this man. Okay, so when I get tool and labor card, these are children. And the thoughts that he has with the toil and labor. Give me another clarification card for this. For I hope I'm saying his name right. Ooh. Okay, a message, thoughts, and toil and labor. And there's a seal. When I see that seal, that means that's a government seal. So there's something that we're not seeing with him. Abraham Brocco Fossey. Okay. This man is not who he says he is. He portrays himself one way. I'm going to fight for my people. I'm going to, fight for the nation of Africa. But what with that toil and labor card, toil and labor, and this message sealed, okay, from some government official, and the thought card coming out, I'm surprised I'm even getting this on him. Okay, so he knows about some toil and labor that's going on in Africa. Okay, illegal toil and labor, child labor. Okay, and there was a message that was sent to him. Okay, and he thinks about this because he don't want this information coming out about him, even knowing this. Okay, about this child labor. Okay, now child labor might be legal in Africa because we see this all the time in the gold mines and diamond mines. Okay, so he does know about it. Okay, he's well informed about it. Okay, damn, I didn't think I was gonna get this on him. Did not think I was gonna get this on him. This is a current energy. Um, you guys, I don't believe this man will live long. The reason why I say this, I mean, he could live long. He could live to 73. But there was so many attempts on his life because he's going against the establishment, the West, which would be the United States. And we seen what happened to the guy in Libya. What's the guy's name in Libya? When they found him under the ground. Gaddafi. Okay, Gaddafi. Give me one more card on him. He's not a straight man. He likes men. He likes men, not women. He's a nice looking man, and his speech was one of the most profound speeches that I've ever heard come out of Africa in a very long time since Nelson Mandela. Okay, but Nelson Mandela sold us out a long time ago. Okay, Nelson Mandela sold his own people out. Okay, for his freedom a long time ago. Okay, that's why he got out of jail. That's how Nelson Mandela was able to get out of jail. Let me get another card on this. So this information might come out that he knows something about gold mines, diamond mines, and there's labor, child labor, and these diamond mines, gold mines. But he does not want to go back to poverty, okay, at all. So I don't know if he's even going to live long, to be honest with you. Let's see. He comes from distant horizons. He comes from Africa. Um, Give me one more card on him. He's trying to unite Africa. Now, if I get any money cards, okay, so I don't know if he was in jail or they're trying to put him in jail. Okay, they're trying to put him in prison. And there goes that rat. Okay. The rat showed up, and the rat isn't showed up in two of my cards. So somebody around him is relaying messages back to somebody. Okay, somebody he trusts. Okay, because look, we got the rat here, and we got the rat here. Okay, right? So there's somebody around him he should not trust, and they might put him in jail. Okay. The same thing happened with Nelson Mandela. They put Nelson Mandela in jail because Nelson Mandela went against the South Africans, apartheid. Okay. So he might go to jail. Okay, if he hasn't already been in jail. Okay. This is what I'm getting. But he's seen in Africa in high honor. He's seen everywhere in the world, even distant horizons, in high honor. Okay. That speech he gave, you guys, I've never heard a speech like that. The only time I've ever heard a speech that deep and that real was since Nelson Mandela. Okay. Nobody in Africa has talked like this man. Okay. The last person that ever talked like him was Nelson Mandela. Okay. And Nelson Mandela was put in jail. Okay. For a very long time. But what happened is Nelson Mandela had to make a deal to get out of jail. Okay. He made that. That's why him and Winnie split. Okay. Winnie was still for the party. Okay. But he might wind up in jail. Okay. Let's get one more card on this. Now he could live to be an old man. I don't know. There's a journey that he's going to take, or a journey he has taken. Okay. One more card. So there's a journey he will take, or a journey he has taken. Okay, to get to where he is. Okay. But there's somebody that is not happy in the Western world. Okay, they want him gone. Okay, this video is for entertainment purposes, and this is all bullshit. Okay, because he is trying to unite Africa, but he don't want to be poor. He's not just doing this to unite Africa. He doesn't want to be poor. He don't want to be back in poverty. Okay, and he's at the point where he feels like the people of Africa don't even realize that they have a poverty. Some of them have a poverty mindset. When we think of Africa, we think a bunch of people, but bunch of poor people. That's not true. Okay, there's a lot of Africans that are very rich. Okay, Africa has every natural resource in Africa. Okay, if you look at the distant horizon card, people come from distant horizons just to get Africa's natural resources. Okay, they have every natural resources, but they're so freaking corrupt. They're so corrupt. I haven't met people that are so corrupt against their own people. Okay, but black people and African people, and I have to say it, it's true. Okay, we've seen this with Nelson Mandela. We've seen this with Malcolm X. Who else have we seen this with? Bob Marley. Okay, we know who off Bob Marley. Okay, it wasn't an African. It was a government. Okay, that off him. But what I'm saying is, Dr. CB. Okay, and even Malcolm X. Somebody in his own party. Okay, the Muslim Brothers. Okay, not just the Muslim Brothers. Government. Okay, got rid of Malcolm X. Okay, so this is crazy. So he might go to jail for some kind of like gold mining or diamond mining of children. Okay, because he knows about it. It's here. I'm shocked that it even came out. Okay. I had a lot of respect for this man, but he doesn't want to go back to poverty. Okay, Africa is a different place. Okay, but it's a shame that you can't even trust. The last read that I did on him, there is a new Africa. Okay, this is not the old Africa that we're seeing. There's a new. This is a new Africa. Okay, where people are consciously aware. Okay, of their situation. Okay, of their natural resources. Okay, but he will fight to the end with that high honor card. He will fight to the end. He has nothing to lose. I know he's a married man, but he's not a straight man. I got that right off the bat when I was reading his energy. I never thought I would get the torn labor. Like he knows about some kind of torn labor. Um, and he has taken a journey, or he will be taking a journey. Okay. And the imprisonment card is here, so I don't know if he was in some kind of jail. Okay. Or he will be going to jail. Okay. Um, just like Nelson Mandela. If he does go to jail, he can go to jail, be going to jail for 38 years, 25 years, 36 years, 10 years, 7 years, 16 years, 29 years, 37, and I pray to God not 92 years. But this is the cards, and this is what they say. So I know there was attempts on his life multiple times. We want a card on him. The family. He relies on his family heavily. He is married, but he's not a straight man. But he relies on his family a lot. The support from his family. I think he has children. So his main support is his family and the people that follow him. Okay. Because of the high honor card. But he does not want to be in poverty. Because he came from poverty. Okay. And he understands the natural resources that Africa has. He understands that it carries weight. Okay. He understands that. Okay. Very well. Okay. Very, very well. Okay. This is the read I got on him, you guys. Now, they did try to take his life. I don't know how many times they try to take this man's life. And each time it didn't work. But there's somebody around him that he can't trust. This rat reporting to somebody. Who's this rat reporting to? See the rat? The rat's there. The rat's here. Somebody's in his ear. Okay. Somebody he can't really trust. Let me see. Is this rat a male or a female? Well, obviously it's probably a male because... Wow. Marriage card. Lover's card. Coffin card. So, he's a married man. He relies on his family for their support. But remember, I said I don't believe this man's a straight man. I believe he's a gay man. This is the energy that I was picking up from him right away. Okay. So somebody he could be having a relationship with. Okay. Now the marriage card did come out. Okay. The lovers card came out too. Okay. So this is interesting. You got the lovers. Okay. Two men, not a woman and a man. So he has a lover that is a man. And then he's in a marriage with a woman. And the woman has to know. Okay, come on. Okay. So I asked who the rat was. I asked who the rat was. His lover. His lover. Okay. His lover. And the wife knows. She has to know. And I think he is Muslim. Okay. And there's a coffin card. So this means there'll be an N. Okay. At some time. I hope it's not an actual death. Okay. Because they did try to kill him. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a death or a jail. Okay. Because imprisonment came out and the coffin. So that means the N2 or a beginning. But I don't feel like a beginning because he already has had his beginning. I feel like this would be an end to him. And I've never seen anybody like him since Nelson Mandela. Like, seriously. In Africa. Okay. That speech, I had to watch that speech over and over. Okay. It was so raw, so real. Okay. But a lot of people come in with right intentions. But it's sad that the Africans, I mean, you can't trust anybody in Africa. It's a damn shame. Okay. They'll sell their mama out, the sister out, the brother out. It's not funny, but it's the truth. And he has a lover, a male lover. Okay. And there's something with his marriage. There's a crack. If you look in this marriage card, there's a crack in the very foundation. But he relies on his family. Okay. Wow. So I don't know if he's been to jail or he will go to jail, or there will be an end to him. Okay, we've seen this with Gaddafi. Remember when Gaddafi wanted to make Africa, put all the African countries as one? Okay, remember Gaddafi? Okay, and you see what happened to Gaddafi. Okay, it's sad because Africa has every natural resource. They don't. They should be in a better place than they are. There's billionaires in Africa. People think that Africa looks just like a poor country. That's not true. Okay. There's millionaires in Africa. There's billionaires in Africa. Africa is a beautiful place. It has every natural resource, every natural mineral. There's a mineral that just comes out of South Africa and Haiti. Okay, Haiti. That you can't find nowhere in the world. Okay. This is a read that I got on him, Abraham, and he is Muslim. So somebody he's having relationships with is the rat. Okay, is the rats. Okay. And this is not, this card is two man. It's a man, him and another man. Okay. So he has relationships with another man. Okay. Wow. And I was picking that up right away from his energy. Okay. I'm like, he's so nice looking. He's so intelligent. He's so raw. Okay. And he does want a better Africa, but what happens is they come in and they want change and they want all this, and then they're easily manipulated to sell out. Okay. It's sad. Okay. They'll sell their own people. Okay. It's freaking crazy. I've never seen a race of people that will sell out on their own people than black people. Okay. It's sad. You see the Chinese, when they open stores, they stick together. You see the Spanish, they open stores, they stick together. I can go on and on. The white people, they get open stores, they stick together. Why the blacks don't stick together? Okay, it's crazy. They turn on each other. It's sad. It is so sad. Where we need to unite, because you know how strong Africa could be. No matter what happens, Africa will be stronger than they ever been. Okay, I see that. Okay, let's see if we get great fortune. Um, there's a new day, which I already see. There's change that's happening in Africa. Okay, change. Okay. What else do we need to see for the Africans? Oh, that card came flying out. It came flying out way over here. Hold on, you guys. Let me get this card. Okay, so Africa will get unexpected income from rich hands to poor hands. Now, we know that Africa and Russia have connections, because I'm picking up Russia. And we did see them put up a Russian flag. Okay. So I see Africa and Russia uniting. And if you go back to my previous read that I've done, the same energy, I still feel the same energy here. Okay. Where Russia and Africa will work as far as business partners. Okay. Because Russia promised Africa money. Okay. But Africa is interesting because Africans know the true currency isn't the dollar bill. Okay. So this is gold. Okay. And Africa also promised Russia something with gold. Because I'm not seeing money. I'm seeing gold. Okay. So gold is a currency they are exchanging. Okay. Russia and Africa. Okay. It's gold. Okay. Gold. Because they know money is just paper. Real currency is minerals. That's real currency. And they did put up the Russian flag. And I think he did was in with a video, or like, not a video. I think he shook Putin's hands at one time. But Putin is a sick man. Okay, I don't even know if that's the real Putin that we're seeing. Okay. But there was a deal made between Russia and Africa, okay, with gold, okay, gold, not money, gold, gold, okay. Money is not true currency. You can take a dollar bill and burn it up. True currency is minerals. True currency is gold. And there is Melanin is true currency. Okay. Diamonds are true currency. Different kind of minerals. Okay. Found all over Africa is true currency. Oil is true currency. Okay. A dollar bill is not true currency. Okay. It's not. Okay. It's a piece of paper. Okay. That doesn't hold weight. Okay. When you have gold, you hold weight. Okay. That's why you see the people in Dubai, the people that have oil, okay, they're billionaires, trillionaires, okay. They understand this concept, okay. So there was agreement made with Russia, because that's what I'm seeing, Russia, okay, with gold, okay. And the marriage card is interesting, because the marriage card. And when I did the previous read, the marriage card came out with Russia and Africa, meaning they're partners. Go back to my reading I did. But I said in that reading that Russia's not to be trusted, okay? Because Putin's not going to live forever, okay? And anybody coming from the outside, they want something. They want something that's tangible, okay? This been like this for a very long time, okay? And he's very young, very smart, very educated. He came from poverty. He knows what it is to be poor. He don't want to be poor. He don't want to go back to being poor, okay? He understands this, But I feel like some people don't even understand that they're in poverty. Okay, because when you're in poverty for so long, you you adapt to poverty. Okay, poverty is also a mindset. Okay, and he understands this. Okay, so this is a read that I got on him, you guys. He's a very interesting man, very interesting man. Very interesting man. Very nice looking man, but he's not a straight man. He is married, but he's not straight. Okay, that the first thing I got off of him when I seen him, I was like, this man is not a straight man, but he's a nice looking man. And you see a lot of nice looking men not straight man. Okay, so the rat is his lover. Okay, whoever his partner is, not talking about no female, I'm talking about a male, is going back. You know how you have that pillow talk and you just talk about stuff. You're laying in bed with your partner, and you telling them your deepest thoughts, your deepest secrets. Okay. Woo. All right. I didn't think I was gonna get that one card out on him. I'm shocked. So I know they were trying to assassinate him. For this video is for entertainment purposes. This is all bullshit. Okay, all bullshit. I did a read on him before. In the past. But he is seen. The first card that came out was high honor. He is seen in high honor, not just in Africa. Okay, in many places. Now, I don't know how old he is. I don't know if he's 36, 38, 25. $27. I don't know. 21, where he came into a point of power. Okay. 29. Now I'm seeing 26 here, the unexpected income. So I don't know if 27, I mean, not 26, 27, where he made this deal. Okay. I don't even know how old he is. Okay. He looks like he's in his 30s. But 27 is when he made this big deal. Okay. I don't even know how long he's been in, because he's considered a general in the army. Okay. And what I'm picking up psychically is very interesting, that at some point somebody seen him with, an older man seen him with potential. Okay, and took him under his wings. This is what I'm getting. Okay, took him under his wings. Okay, he's seen potential in him. Okay, and took him under his wings. A mature man. This is like showing me his whole life. Like literally showing me his whole life. From the age of 3 years old. Three, 7, 9. Like this is showing me his whole life. Okay, literally his whole life. He came from poverty, but he's not in poverty anymore. Okay, he doesn't want to go back there. Okay, that is what kept him going, was the fear of going back to poverty. And it's showing me his whole life. Okay, somebody took him in. Somebody, a mature man, an older man, took him under his wings. Okay, was like a teacher. Okay, but not in the sense as school teacher. Okay. This man is African too. This man is he's not as dark as him. he's a little bit lighter than him. He took him under his wings and taught him. Okay. Wow. That's what I'm seeing. Okay. But this is the read that I got on him, you guys. He's a very interesting man. It's sad that he's not a straight man. He's not. There's women that send him like proposals, and he's a married. This is a married man. But he's very nice looking. But he's not straight. But he's married. You see this all the time. But he kind of reminds me of Nelson Mandela. Okay, he really does. But the difference between him and Nelson Mandela is he hasn't lived in apartheid because he's too young. Okay, so he has never lived in apartheid. He's not from South Africa. But he has seen poverty. He has lived in poverty. He understands poverty. Okay, he understands that poverty too is a mindset. Okay, he understands that. Okay. This is a read that I got on him. He's very interesting, very, very interesting individual. I don't have my other phone right here. I will show you a picture of him, but I will put his picture up in the bio of this video. High honor. Look at this. I split this deck in 3, and high honor was there because he's seen in high honor. These people in Africa really respect him. Really, in the poverty card, he doesn't want to go back there. Okay, but he understands that he can't take everybody with him because it's a mindset. Poverty is a mindset. Wow. In his occupation, okay, he's in the military. Somebody took him under. The guy that I'm seeing is not as dark as him. He's older than him. Okay, I don't feel like this man is living anymore. Okay, no, this man's not living. Okay, and he's making great fortune. Okay, so, and he's concerned a little bit for his life, and he should be. Okay, he should be a little bit concerned. Okay, because we all know what happened to Nelson Mandela. Okay, and Gaddafi. And once again, this is Jennifer Felix readings, and this video is for entertainment purposes. And this is all bullshit. Okay, you guys. Thank you guys for joining me. Ashe.